that he should become Prime Minister because there hasn't been a general election. So to help answer all those questions, we welcome Tom Grass, British journalist and international affairs commentator. Tom, thank you so much for your time. So Andy Burnham becoming Britain's 7th Prime Minister in a decade, succeeding Keir Starmer, the former mayor of Greater Manchester, now in Downing Street. Your thoughts on this moment for Britain?
Yes, it's quite remarkable. He's not only the 7th in 10 years, he's the fifth Prime Minister in 4 years. He wasn't even a member of Parliament till 2 or 3 weeks ago. He was voted in a special by-election. And he wasn't one of the MPs voted in less than 2 years ago when Keir Starmer delivered a landslide election victory for Labour. So many people are questioning the democratic credentials of just switching a Prime Minister like this mid-term without a general election, and without even an election among his own MPs or among the Labour Party. Anyway, having said that, he may nevertheless turn out to be an improvement on Starmer. The big question is, we don't know, because he's been very cagey about specifics when it comes to policy. So we don't know really what kind of Prime Minister he is going to be.
There's so many questions about his future policies, but talk about suddenly becoming Prime Minister and dealing with the big guns, so to speak. He's already spoken on the phone to Donald Trump, outlining the UK's commitment to securing movement of shipping in the Strait of Hormuz. Difficult to know this answer, but how exactly does he plan to get involved right now?
Well, he's much more likely to be a domestic policy prime minister and try and avoid foreign policy. As you mentioned, his job for the last 10 years has been mayor of a regional city in the north of England, Manchester, albeit an important city. It's not even the second or third biggest city in the UK. So, you know, for example, with the Middle East, I don't believe he's ever been to Israel, although he has once gone to the West Bank with a delegation of Labour Friends of Palestine. He has very little foreign policy experience, and we don't really know very much about his foreign policy. He was critical of Donald Trump in the past. In recent weeks, he's moderated and reiterated the importance of close relations with the United States and so on. But I haven't heard him say anything specific before today on the Iran war at all, for example. And indeed, the only foreign policy speech he's given is on, you've guessed it, Gaza, because for British Labour Party, Gaza is a domestic policy. Gaza is about placating anti-Zionists and Islamists and some anti-Semites on the left of the Labour Party. And there are parties to its left, including the Green Party, which are biting at Labour support over criticism that Labour has not been strong enough in taking measures against Israel, even though British Jews feel that Labour has not been very supportive of Israel.
So to that exact point, talk us through the sentiment right now within the Jewish community, concerned obviously by a spate of attacks in Manchester, more recently, of course, in Golders Green and other locations as well. Talk to us about the worries right now for the Jewish community, especially given what you have just outlined about the little that is known about the new Prime Minister's ideas in terms of policy.
Well, I think I think Burnham has been strong on condemning anti-Semitism, especially the attack at the synagogue on Yom Kippur in Manchester, of which he was mayor last Yom Kippur, in which 2 British Jews were murdered. And he's, been involved with Holocaust memorial events and so on. What's of concern to British Jews is it's all very well condemning anti-Semitism and promising more policing. But if you're going to ignore or even encourage the kind of language demonizing the world's only Jewish state and anyone who might defend her, i.e., most British Jews, that itself is stoking anti-Semitism. So just about the only major interview that Burnham gave in recent days to the media, because he's been avoiding interviews, was a very disturbing choice. He gave it to Gary Lineker, a former football presenter for the BBC, who had to resign from the BBC, was forced out for comparing showing a post on X comparing Zionists to rats, which is something straight out of the Nazis or 1930s. So why is Burnham giving an interview to Lineker? Why, when Lineker described not just Gaza, but also Lebanon as an ongoing genocide, did Burnham not push back on it? And Kenny Badenoch, the conservative leader, says, just not giving an opinion is not enough. It's a very provocative thing to accuse the world's only Jewish state of genocide.
You raise so many important questions. Thank you so much. Always appreciate your time. We will be watching to see how it all develops. Tom Gross, thank you for being with us on The Rundown.
Thanks, Benita.